So let's take a look at how the U.S. Silver Eagle sales went for the 2015 year. Well, I can tell you right off the bat that they pretty much broke records as expected. United States Mint sets American Silver Eagle sales record in 2015. American Silver Eagle sales sold a record of 47. There were a record of 47 million achieved despite production halts in July and restrictive allocations to authorized purchasers in the second half of the year. It still broke records. 2015 American Gold Eagle sales were modest at 801,500 ounces, but strong in the second half of the year. American Gold Eagle sales curtailed November 24th, 2015, curbing accelerating sales. Sales of American Gold Buffalo and American The Beautiful Silver coins were second highest ever in 2015. The U.S. Mint sold 75 times more Silver Eagles than 1 ounce American Gold Eagles in 2015. American Silver Eagle monthly sales from 2015 versus 2014. Sales of the Silver Eagle coins in 2014 set an annual record for the second year in a row, topping 2013's sales record. January 2015 sales of American Silver Eagles were over 5 million and February's were over 3 million. It looked like another sale record was shaping up in 2015, but sales from March through May were relatively weak, and it seemed the 2014 record would survive and maintain keeping its record. After a weak spring, sales accelerated. Sales of the Silver Eagles in each of June, July, and August topped well over 4 million. Sales of American Silver Eagles in September and October were close to 4 million despite increasing restrictions on allocations by the U.S. Mint to its authorized purchasers. During October, sales in retail and wholesale premiums, sales, I don't know if he meant and, I think he meant on, retail and wholesale premiums on the Eagles fell as the shortages of silver that bullion dealers experienced on virtually all retail silver products during August and September abated. And if you recall, premiums went up, especially for Silver Eagles. The premiums alone were 50% of what the coin costs, spot price. At one point, it was like $14 and some change, and you couldn't get a Silver Eagle unless you paid like 21 bucks. That's insane. Imagine if the price was $100 an ounce, and that same thing, nothing else happened, but that same type of situation. Could you imagine saying, hold on, the spot price of silver is $100 today, and you want $150 for that damn coin? Are you crazy? If you want it, and according to the webbot, that's precisely what's going to happen. We're going to see another bout of that kind of thing. Prices may look low or whatever, normal at some point, and then to acquire it, oh my God, I got to come up with a lot more money, even though the spot price is not even like really high. During October, I already read that part, sorry. November sales rebounded to over 4 million again and set a November monthly record of 4.8 million, surpassing the 2010 November record of 4.2 million. December sales were a respectable 2.3 million and added cushion to the annual sales record already set during the month of November. Sales of American Silver Eagles from 1986 to 2015. Now, I wanted to save this little chart for you, so I'm just going to click on this little button right here and take a little peek at this one. American Silver Eagle sales 1986 to 2015. Look at that, 86, 92, which I've got my screen in my way. Let me scoot this over. 98, so 86, 92, 1998, 2004, 2010, right? So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right around here is 2005, right? Well, excuse me, right here is 2005. 6, and 7. I don't know why I'm saying 2005. I'm thinking 2007 because of the collapse that happened in 2008 with the housing and stuff, which really started in 2007. So right there, right, 2004, 5, 6, 7, we're right here, 2008, 9, 10. All of a sudden, precious metals start spiking in sales. You're talking from roughly 2007, right here where my mouse is. That's about, from the looks of it, maybe 10 million sold. 1 year later, it jumps to 19 million roughly. I'm just guessing from this chart. The next year later, it's almost at 30 million. Next year after that, it's about 35 million. Jumps up again. So probably about 40 million. Drops down, right? We had a little drop down in 2012 or so, whatever it was. I guess after the 2011 crushing, right? Remember that? And then all of a sudden, boom, 2013, 14, 15. Bigger, 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 more. So when you see where it's at, let's just look at 2015. And it looks like it's right around 46 plus whatever million. And then we have, again, just to the last crisis, 2007 and 8, it was down to, again, I'm estimating between around 10 million. So 10 million sold in a year, and just several years later has turned into 45 million. Keeping in mind, this is just the Silver Eagle chart. One type of coin and only one type of coin, the American Silver Eagle. What about the Indian head buffaloes and all these other flavors and the bars and the 5-ounce coins and all? What about all that stuff? You think those numbers plummeted? No. All silver experienced excellent growth in sales. This is what I'm talking about. People are waking up and understanding, and just think, remember, how many people do you know personally? Friends, family, work, whatever, strangers you bump into, whatever it may be, that you've come to understand they're out buying precious metals. I'll say it now, I don't hardly know anybody in my personal life besides myself and like a friend at work and my dad. Again, it doesn't really count. Good friend at work. Nobody really else at work except for maybe a couple of people, aside from my friends, out of like 50 or so people that I know of, even know about, care about, and have bought precious metals. So these numbers that you're seeing, which again, over several years, from 10 million or so sold to over 45 million, again, it's like 4 times the amount. It's a 400% increase, roughly, of sales. Wouldn't anybody like to have that? Ooh, how much did your sales increase over the last few years? Oh, 400%. Whoa, you're doing great. Yeah, actually, yeah. So imagine when other people start catching on, when they start to see the fraud themselves that you've been trying to tell them and we've been trying to talk about, but then they experience it firsthand, just like the people who trusted that old company, Gold AE or whatever, in Dubai, that went belly up. Which, as you know, I just did the video. If you're watching this one second. The video I just did before this covered that. Their money's gone. Their gold's gone. People are going to realize I should have kept it in my own possession. And at the same time, other people who hear the story, man, what's with the gold and silver? Why am I hearing about gold and silver all of a sudden? Man, billions and stuff gone and stolen, and wow. Man, I thought gold and silver wasn't even really, besides jewelry, like, oh, what the hell's going on? That's why the Western media hasn't even mentioned what happened in Dubai. They're like, if it got mentioned, I missed it, and no one, I check the mainstream, periodically, just to see what the enemy is doing. Hadn't seemed to find it anywhere. That's a pretty big story. Lots of big money was stolen out of there. Turkey is funding, helping Iran skate U.S. sanctions by being a middleman with the gold, and then they're delivering it to Iran selling it, and they're getting, they're able to skate the U.S. sanctions. That's a huge story. Western media, well, don't know what you're talking about, haven't heard of it, don't know anything. It's like almost the equivalent of 9.0 earthquake causes like Fukushima devastation, and no one reported it. We don't even know what happened. Like over here in America, they never heard of it. What's Fukushima? There was a tsunami. When? I never saw that. I never even heard about that. That kind of thing. This is a big story. No one's covering it. So this means small amounts of people, you and I, buying Silver Eagles and other silver products. But again, this chart's just Silver Eagles. So can you imagine when a little fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percent of the rest of the world, citizens, start to figure this out? I want in on that too. I see what's happening. I don't trust the system. I want to get some protection. That's what I'm going with. And I understand I need to hold it in my possession. So we're not going to buy paper that says I own it in some warehouse. Correct? Right. Hopefully they'll learn that lesson. Unfortunately, you know there's going to be a whole lot of people who don't know about that lesson and are going to find out that the most secure vault in, name your country, name your city, wasn't quite as secure as they thought. And the people who were supposed to be storing it for them stole it and were leasing it to a gold bullion bank not known to their clients. They were supposed to be storing it in the vault. They realized these people ain't coming for it anyways. We'll lend it out to these big bullion banks, and then the big bullion banks can't pay you back in time. And then the person comes and shows up. I'd like my gold now. I'm getting a little nervous. I don't like what I'm seeing. Here's my special key that I only have. You said I only have the key. Open my box, and there's a big fat IOU. That's already happened, by the way. It's been a while since I've had to run one of those stores because I haven't heard of it since. But I got a sneaky suspicion I will be as things unfold in the year 2016. Things are about to speed up a couple notches in the world scene, I'm pretty sure. So just want to share that with you. There is no sign of slowing for silver. The silver train has left, and you better be on board. Take care.